All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Gonna do a quick walkthrough of how one can get started in Claude Code, and I'm gonna be using this Mac here as an example. So, what we're gonna do is we are going to first log in here on the Harlem Labs Tech website. Here on the Learn, that there's actually a page designed to really walk you through the process. So when you get here, it's a practical guide that you can follow. And what we're going to do here, make sure that we just follow this process step by step. The first thing to do is to open your terminal. In Mac, I have a terminal open. So you're going to see kind of where that is. What you do is you come to this page right here and you copy that. And what we're going to do now is come back to a terminal such as this. And we're going to paste that right there. Let's come into the terminal. Paste that. That's going to tell us node command not found node. So I'm not sure how we go about addressing that, but let's go ahead and just take that one back one. We try a few times, don't have any luck there. That's fine. This is part of the process, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So I'm going to come back here. Now, in this case, if we don't have it there, then it's most likely that we don't have the package installer from Node.js.org. So what we're going to do is, let's take Node.js.org right there, and we're going to go to that website and effectively seek to download whatever it is packet that's needed. So you see right here, it says get Node.js, not Node.js. We're going to do this for a Mac. And so you're basically downloading that there, as you can see. It's downloading over here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to open up that package and install Node.js, the most recent version. So follow along with me. We're going to walk through this process. This package is installing Node.js version 24.150. And as you can see, we're going through the software license agreement. If you are a real AI nerd like me, you could print it and have your LLM look through it and advise you on what it says. I've been through this a few times, so I feel comfortable just clicking through. 314 megabytes later, we should have that up and ready to go. So now I'm entering my password, which will allow it to go ahead and continue with the installation. And then the terminal, which again, for those of you who don't know, can be accessed by simply typing in terminal. In this case, it's trying to find Terminex. But the terminal on your Mac is an application. I wouldn't say application. It's kind of like a core part of your computer. It looks like this. And you can basically open it and kind of type directly in. So now that it's been installed, make sure that user local bin is in your path. Let's go back to the site in which we had the information. So now we're going to come back here and we're going to hit copy. Let's try that again. Let's see now if it can tell us. As you can see, it's doing, or it should, the version we have, which as you can tell is 24.15.0. So that's been installed. The next thing we're going to do is jump back here and then moving along, right? Installing Claude Code. So what we're going to do now is we're going to copy this npm install. You can do that right from the site. You're going to bring it over here back to the terminal. And there we go, complete log. Now it says that the operation was rejected by my operating system. It's likely I don't have that. So now what I need to do is figure out how to work around that So I need to have the permissions, double check the permissions of the file, try running the command again as root administrator. So I guess my challenge now is I think that one of these commands can help me address that, or running it as root administrator, which I'm not sure I know how to do. So let's see if that, nope, that does not address the issue. All right, so let's go ahead and do a little troubleshooting. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Oh, it's not exactly what I wanted to do. Let's get a more stable. Definitely not making it easy in my little workshop. All right, finally got a screenshot. So now we're going to take that screenshot and let's find one of the whatever LLM tool I can find on here. So we'll do that and we'll type in for some reason my Mac is all right. So to get a sense of what I'm doing here, I've got this screenshot of the issue that I faced. I'm literally actually placing this in ChatGPT because I'm really agnostic to the tools. All right, I just want a quick answer. So it's basically saying there, my current user cannot write. So what I need to do, install Node.nvm. So I guess I've got to do this. Let me go ahead and follow those instructions. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Right, downloading NVM from Git to users. Here we go. Compressing and cleaning up Git repository. Closing and reopening. So what I'm going to do now is, as suggested, close the terminal. Right. Open up a new one. And now that we've done that, let's run this. It says nothing of that sort exists. So install Node through NVM. Let's try that. It says it's installing the latest LTS version, so let's see how that works out. Checksums matched. I guess that's good. And hopefully it frees us up. You can see there it tells us which current version we have. And we're back. All right. So now that we got that back up, confirming it's using the directory. As you can see, it's really just moving through the processes. These processes are all ones which, there you go, tells us the node. I want paths like that, not, there you go, it gave me that. And so now we can jump back into the process we'd begun following, right, which is get me my, from here, my installation of Claude Code. So you might face these challenges, and I'm glad that I'm facing them as we go through this together. But this is where you're now installing, and it's a very clean process if everything is in place. Obviously, what you've seen here has not been the cleanest, but I expect you, whether it be on Mac or PC, to run into issues where either Node.js is not installed. Definitely has happened. I've helped a few people get their PCs kind of up and running, and slight terminology differences, etc. But you definitely won't find Node just kind of in there. As you can see, it looks like we've gone ahead and it's been installed and it's back in the prompt and waiting. So once that's in there, we authenticate it, right? I'm going to paste in there Claude. and we're going to see it basically welcome us. So here, what's happening now is this is going to be essentially Claude Code is now sitting on in my terminal. It still goes online to answer questions and such, but it's literally tapped into my computer via the terminal. Anytime I launch it, it will run right here on the PC. And so I'm going to, keep it in dark mode. Let's just keep it in light mode right here. Now, here's the important part. When you select the login method, right, you can do the Anthropic console account API usage billing. You can do Pro, Max Team, or Enterprise, or a third-party platform. Now, I am one cloud account with subscription, so what you're going to see is it's going to move me through the process of confirming, right? It's going to ask to authorize, which I'm going to okay and do. And now it says I'm all set up. I can close the window, jump back in here, and I press enter to continue. All right, it says all these things. Claude can make mistakes. You should always review Claude's responses carefully, and then due to prompt injection risk, only use it with code you trust. That will come into play when we start talking about skills and things that you download, but we'll hit enter to go. Do we want to use Claude Code's terminal setup? Yes, we're going to do that. And then you're going to see that it's using the overall folder as kind of the checkpoint, its central place of which files and code and such will be put. And I'm okay with that. So I'm saying, yes, I trust this folder. And now I am in Claude Code. And so this process, as you'll see, there's a few things I have to allow. I'm giving it access, right? Simply because I don't really use this computer much, but the things on it, I'm going to be adding and using Claude Code to essentially manage. So this is a really quick intro. Again, here's the link to the actual page on the Harlem Labs website. It's harlemlabs.tech /learn/Claude Code. You move through the process here. Now, one of the things I like to do is I actually like to install Vercel. That's going to become helpful. So you can maybe move through the process here also, which is one of the things that I've gone through. If you don't have a Vercel account, Vercel basically is going to be your really good ally when it comes to hosting and kind of making things live and making them useful to people. And so this lesson hopefully is helped walk you through the process of getting your Claude Code up and running on your Mac. I'll also make one that works for PC. But once you get your Vercel up and such, there's so much more you can do. We can get into MCPs and managing Notion. But for now, go ahead and move through the process and enjoy.